So your assignment this week is to make one of these guys, so at least a three-piece complex geometric figure, and I want you to create an animal using origami. And I'm going to show you how to do two. So the first one is going to be considered an easy origami fold, fairly basic, not too complicated. And the second one is going to be a little bit more involved for those of you that are interested. This is very important. If you are someone who loves origami, you're like, I want to make something even more complicated. There are really good videos out there, so I'm going to encourage you to kind of check out those videos. You don't have to follow my videos. There are also some videos that people might feel like are very easy, but can still be complicated, so that's why I like to try to make a video that is helpful for you. So we're going to start now. We're going to do that easy one. Like I said, I'll have one other video that's going to be slightly more complicated, and then the rest is kind of up to you. So yeah, let's get going. Let me go to my document camera. I do want to point out, so here, kind of in the background, you can see, oh, I did not go to my document camera. I might be losing my mind. So here you can see kind of an origami instructional, which is what I use to kind of learn how to do what I'm getting ready to show you. So these are all over. There are plenty of these, and there's nothing wrong with using tools that someone else has provided. So let's get started with our sheet of paper. See, I've got a square here. You can use smaller squares if you would like. In fact, sometimes it's cool to make a small one and a big one. I'm going to start with this larger one. And what I'm going to begin to do is I'm going to turn it so that it is, let me adjust my camera just a little bit. I'm going to turn it so that it is a diamond shape. Just moving it up a little bit more so you can see everything you need to see. So you can see now I'm turning the piece of paper so it is not a square but a diamond. And that's what we're going to work with. So I'm going to fold this bottom corner across. So I'm folding this diamond shape in half. Again, precision is very important, so I'm making sure that my points are connected. And I'm going to then make a nice sharp crease. Got that nice sharp crease. I'm going to now open my piece of paper up. I'm going to take this bottom corner, and now this is where it gets a little bit imprecise, which sometimes can be tricky with origami. You want to be as real precise as possible. So I'm going to fold this bottom corner up, and not all the way, so I'm imagining there's a line that kind of cuts this in half, and I'm not folding it all the way to that halfway line, which I know is not at all precise, but that's where we are. And then I'm going to take this piece of paper as it is, with that little corner folded up, and I'm going to turn it over. And now here again, I'm going to be imprecise. And part of that is because this is kind of a simple fold and it does not require precision. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to draw lightly just so you can see, I'm going to create basically a line here, which is where I'm going to fold to. So, and you can't even see it. Let me make it so you can see it. And this line, you can see it kind of cuts this wedge in half, so about halfway there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my piece of paper, and I'm going to fold the piece of paper kind of to that line, or as close to that line as I can get. And I want to try to have a really nice sharp point here, and then I just want that edge of paper just to fold right to that line. So I'm going to show you that just so you can see again. So I took what was essentially this top left, and I've folded it now to that line that I've just kind of created that's about halfway between. And now, because I want this other side to match this side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of paper, I'm going to fold it in half, and now you can see that this line here is kind of my guideline. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to start to fold it back. I'm paying attention as I start to make a nice sharp point here. And then, like I say, I'm just using the piece of paper that's underneath it kind of as my guide, that's where I want to fold guide. So hopefully you should have something that looks like this. Now I'm going to do another fold, and again this one doesn't have a precise marker of where I want it to be. So I'm going to say it's about 1/4. I'm going to fold it about 1/4 of the way down, which means basically that this point would almost come to the center of my piece of paper. So I'm going to fold that about 1/4 of the way down. I am lining up the point with the crease that already exists on my piece of paper. And I'm going to go ahead and make that fold. So now I've got pretty much everything I need. I'm going to do two more folds. So I'm going to take this whole thing kind of as it is, and I'm just going to fold it back on that first crease that I made, where I was folding the piece of paper in half. So now you can see I've got my pieces nearly finished. This is going to be a penguin. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's going to be a penguin. I'm going to take now what will be the beak, and I'm just going to kind of pull it out. So you can see I'm kind of holding where the wings are together, and I'm just gently pulling out what is the beak. And when I get that beak to a place where I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the way I want the penguin's head to be, I'm just going to make a new fold here. So there you see is my penguin. The cool thing about this guy is he stands up. It's hard to see in the camera, but he's able to stand up. So that's a fairly simple penguin. Thanks for watching.